Alex Morgan moved cautiously through the rocky terrain, his boots crunching on the sharp stones. The planet was nothing like Earth, with its violet sky and jagged mountains that seemed to pierce the clouds. He had been sent on a scouting mission, mapping the area for possible resources and signs of life, but until now, the planet had seemed empty and silent. That quiet made him uneasy. Something felt off. He paused near a cliff's edge, scanning the horizon with his binoculars. Suddenly, a sharp cry pierced the air, cutting through the eerie silence. Alex's instincts went on high alert. The cry was human-like, filled with fear, but it also carried a strange tone that suggested it was not from a human voice. Without thinking twice, he sprinted toward the sound. As he reached the edge of a small canyon, Alex froze. There, trapped between two massive rock formations, was a woman, or at least something like a woman. She was unlike any human he had ever seen. Her skin had a faint glow, soft and pale, almost translucent under the alien sunlight. Her hair shimmered with a silver hue, flowing down her shoulders like liquid light. Her eyes were wide and golden, filled with panic as a pack of strange creatures circled her. The creatures were horrifying. Their bodies were covered in dark, scaled armor with long, jagged claws and teeth that gleamed under the sun. They moved quickly, closing in on their target with lethal precision. Alex didn't hesitate. He reached for his blaster, took aim, and fired. The bright bolts of energy struck one of the creatures, and it shrieked, stumbling backward. The alien woman gasped, startled by the sudden attack. "Thank you," she shouted, her voice melodic but tense. Alex didn't respond. He fired again, keeping the creatures at bay. They were too many, too fast. Thinking quickly, he used a combination of the terrain and his blaster, pushing some of the creatures into a crevice while shooting at the others. The fight was intense. His heart pounded, but his training took over. He moved like a shadow, dodging claws and returning fire. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the last creature fell. The woman collapsed onto the rocky ground, trembling. Alex lowered his weapon and approached carefully. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice steady but kind. She looked up at him, her golden eyes meeting his. I think so," she said softly, still catching her breath. "You saved me. I don't even know how to thank you." Alex offered a small smile. "Just stay behind me next time," he said lightly, trying to ease the tension. But the woman laughed softly, a sound that was unlike anything he had heard before. It was musical, soothing, and somehow made the harsh world around them feel less dangerous. "My name is Lyra," she said, finally finding her voice. "I was searching for something, and those creatures attacked me. I never expected anyone like you, to come." She hesitated, studying him with curiosity. "You are human, correct?" Alex nodded. "Yes, name's Alex Morgan. I'm on a scouting mission. You're far from home, aren't you?" Lyra's eyes flickered with a mix of sadness and relief. "Yes, this planet. It is dangerous. Few of my kind come here. I was careless and I paid the price." Alex offered her a hand. "Come on. We need to get you somewhere safe." She hesitated for a moment but took his hand. As they moved toward higher ground, Alex noticed how agile she was even after the attack. Her movements were smooth, precise, almost like she was trained, but she did not fight back because she had no weapon. Once they were at a safer distance, Alex crouched to catch his breath. "Tell me more about you," he said, genuinely curious. "Who are you running from?" Lyra shook her head. "Not running. Surviving. My people have enemies. They are relentless, and I was not prepared." Her voice grew softer. "You risked your life for me. Humans are brave, or foolish. Perhaps both." Alex laughed quietly, feeling a strange warmth in his chest. "Maybe both. But it didn't feel like a risk. I couldn't just leave you there." He looked at her, noticing how unlike anything he had ever seen she truly was. The soft glow of her skin, the golden eyes, the calm way she carried herself even after being attacked. It was clear she was extraordinary. Lyra smiled faintly. "I do not often meet humans," she said. "Even fewer who would act as you did. You are different." Alex shrugged, brushing dirt off his jacket. "I just do what I think is right," Ver imagined. The buildings were tall and elegant, their walls curving like the petals of a flower. Light seemed to flow from within the structures, soft and gentle, illuminating the streets without lamps or fire. Bridges connected the towers, forming a network that looked alive, as if the city itself was breathing. "Welcome," Lyra said softly. "This is where my people live. It is safe here, at least for now. Alex stepped forward, looking around in amazement. It's incredible, he said. I've never seen anything like this. How did your people build all this? Lyra smiled faintly. Our people are explorers and thinkers. We combine our knowledge of technology with what we learn from nature. Everything you see here is a balance of both, but you do not belong to this world. Alex glanced at her. No, I'm human. Just exploring, but it's beautiful. And peaceful. For now, Lyra's golden eyes softened. Peaceful is rare in the universe. My people have learned to protect it carefully, but even here, danger can reach us. She glanced at the horizon, and Alex noticed a flicker of worry in her eyes. They walked further into the city, passing through streets that seemed alive. Alex could hear soft sounds almost like music coming from the buildings. The streets were empty, but the city did not feel deserted. There was a sense of life, of presence, even though no one was visible. Lyra led him to a large open square where a few of her people appeared. They looked human-like in shape, but their features were different, taller with delicate structures and eyes that seemed to shine with intelligence. They greeted Lyra with respect, their voices melodic and calm. This is your people? Alex asked quietly. Yes, Lyra replied. They are my family, my friends, my protectors. They are cautious with strangers, but you saved me. That earns trust. One of the elders, a tall figure with silver hair and blue eyes, stepped forward. Lyra, the elder said, bowing slightly. You have returned safely. And this human, he risked himself to save you? Yes, Lyra said, turning to Alex. This is Alex. He helped me when I was in danger. The elder studied Alex carefully, then nodded. Bravery is respected here. You may stay as our guest, human. But know this city has rules. Our ways are different. You must learn them to survive, Alex nodded. I understand. I'm grateful for your hospitality. Lyra led him to a small dwelling within the city. The walls were smooth and curved, with soft lighting that seemed to come from the walls themselves. The furniture looked simple yet elegant, as if every piece had a purpose and a story. You will rest here, Lyra said. Tomorrow I will show you more of our city and explain our ways. For now you need to recover. Alex sat on a bench, taking in the beauty around him. I've seen a lot of strange places in my life, he said. But this is something else, Lyra smiled. Our world may seem strange to you, but to us it is normal. And you are different from anyone I have met. Brave, quick to act, yet calm under pressure. Humans have a spark that surprises even us. Alex chuckled lightly. I'm just doing what I think is right. Lyra looked at him, her expression thoughtful. Sometimes what is right can change the course of many lives. You saved me, Alex, that act. It may have consequences far beyond what you know. Alex felt a shiver run down his spine. He had rescued her, yes, but he had no idea that this one act would pull him deep into a world he could barely understand. He realized that this city, and the people who lived here, were unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. And Lyra, she was at the center of it all, to flow naturally. He could hear quiet sounds outside, the city alive in its own way, even without visible movement. Lyra appeared at the entrance, her silver hair glinting in the light. Good morning, she said softly. I hope you rested well. There is much to see today. Alex stood quickly, feeling ready for whatever came next. I'm ready, he said, though inside he wondered how much he would really understand about this world. They walked through the city together. Lyra introduced him to more of her people, the Aelari, who moved with calm precision. Some of them greeted Alex with curiosity, their eyes shining with intelligence. Others watched silently, as if trying to understand this human who had risked his life for one of their own. Lyra led him to a large open hall where Aelari gathered to discuss and share ideas. This is where we work, learn, and plan, she explained. Our society values knowledge and cooperation above all else. Every decision is made with care for the community. Alex looked around in amazement. Holographic displays hovered in the air, showing complex data that shifted and changed with gestures. Machines worked alongside the Aelari, creating tools, repairing equipment, and even managing the city's energy systems. It was technology beyond anything humans had achieved, yet it felt natural, not forced. You humans are very different from us, Lyra said, her golden eyes studying him closely. Your strength is not in advanced machines, but in quick thinking, adaptability, and courage. These are qualities we respect, Alex smiled slightly. I guess that's why. I survived back there. I had to think fast, Lyra nodded. Yes, your actions showed more than courage. They showed understanding. You assessed danger and acted without hesitation. That is rare even among your kind. As they walked, a group of Aelari approached. They were young, curious, and polite. One of them, a tall male with pale blue eyes, extended his hand to Alex. I am Talon, he said. I heard of your bravery. It is impressive. Alex shook his hand firmly. Thanks, I didn't do it for praise. I just did what needed to be done. Talon smiled. That is exactly why it matters. Your kind has a quality we admire, selflessness. You risked yourself without expecting anything in return. That is uncommon, even in the galaxy. Lyra watched the conversation quietly, her expression unreadable. Alex noticed her eyes lingering on him a little longer than necessary. She seemed to weigh his every word, every gesture. It made him slightly uneasy, but also curious. Later, Lyra brought Alex to the city's training grounds. Even though you are human, there are ways you can help us, she said. We face threats, and your skills can make a difference. Alex observed the Aelari practicing their combat techniques. They moved gracefully, almost like a dance, but their strikes were precise and deadly. You're amazing, he said. I can learn from you, but I doubt I'll ever be as fast or as strong. Lyra shook her head. It is not only strength. It is strategy, creativity, and courage. These are areas where you excel. Watch closely. For hours, Alex trained with the Aelari, learning their methods while showing them some of his human tactics. He demonstrated how he could use the environment, improvise with limited resources, and react quickly under pressure. The Aelari were impressed. Talon nodded several times, clearly surprised by Alex's adaptability. By the end of the day, Alex was exhausted, but he also felt a sense of belonging he had never known before. The Aelari were cautious, yes, but they respected him. And Lyra. She seemed more comfortable around him now. As the sun began to set, Lyra led Alex to a quiet balcony overlooking the city. The towers glowed softly, their light reflecting off the flowing water canals below. You have done more than I expected, she said quietly. You have earned the trust of my people. Alex looked at her. I didn't do it for trust. I just wanted to help you. Lyra's eyes softened. And yet that is what matters most. Trust is not given lightly among my people, but you have shown qualities that are rare, qualities that can change the future. Alex didn't fully understand what she meant, but he felt a warmth in his chest. For the first time in his life, he felt like he had a place in a world far bigger than Earth. He realized that saving Lyra had done more than protect her. It had connected him to something extraordinary. Lyra stood beside him, her hand brushing lightly against his. There is more to this world than you see, she said softly. And your journey has only just begun. Alex looked at the city below, the lights reflecting like stars in the alien night. He knew she was right. His life had changed forever, and the adventure that had started with a simple act of courage was far from over. The calm of the city did not last long. Early in the morning, scouts returned with urgent news. A dark fleet had been spotted in the skies beyond the mountains. Their ships moved with precision, a silent promise of danger. Lyra's golden eyes widened as she absorbed the report. They have found us, she said quietly, her voice tense. Alex's instincts kicked in immediately. Who are they?
He asked. They are hunters, Lyra explained.
Relentless. They have pursued my people across many systems. We thought they had lost our trail, but it seems they are persistent. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. He had faced dangerous creatures on this planet, but the thought of an organized enemy fleet was far more threatening. How can I help? He asked, already thinking of strategies. Lyra placed a hand on his arm, her touch gentle but firm. You have already proven your courage and skill. Your knowledge of tactics is valuable, but this is not just a fight of strength. It is a test of strategy, coordination, and trust. They moved quickly through the city, rallying the Aelari warriors. Alex was struck by how calm the aliens remained despite the imminent threat. Their movements were precise, their actions deliberate. Every individual seemed to know their role, yet Lyra paused frequently to glance at Alex as if seeking his opinion, valuing his judgment. In a central chamber, Lyra spread a holographic map across a table. Ships, terrain, and defenses were displayed with luminous clarity. "We will defend the city," she said, "but we cannot rely on brute force alone. Alex, your experience in human warfare may help us create a plan that our enemies cannot predict." Alex leaned over the map, studying the fleet's approach. "Their ships are faster than anything I've seen," he said. "We can't match them in direct combat. We need traps, ambushes, and some way to use the environment to our advantage." Lyra nodded, her expression serious. "Exactly. We have hidden tunnels and energy barriers that can slow them, but timing will be critical." For the rest of the day, Alex worked alongside the Aelari engineers and strategists, showing them how to set up decoys and use the terrain to confuse the enemy. He explained human combat techniques from small unit tactics to guerrilla maneuvers. The Aelari listened attentively, absorbing every word. Even the most experienced warriors seemed fascinated by his approach. As night fell, the city braced for the attack. Lights glowed softly along the walls and energy barriers hummed with power. Alex checked his equipment, ensuring everything was ready. Lyra approached him, her eyes shining with a mixture of concern and admiration. "You have done more than anyone could ask," she said quietly. "Your courage and wisdom may be the difference between survival and destruction." Alex shook his head. "I'm just doing what I can. We all need to stay alive." The first wave of enemy ships appeared on the horizon, their silhouettes dark against the violet sky. They descended silently like shadows falling over the city. Alex's heart pounded, but he forced himself to focus. Every detail, every tactic, every plan he had discussed with Lyra was about to be tested. The battle began with a sudden eruption of light and energy. The Aelari defenders moved with precision, using their advanced weapons to strike at the enemy while Alex coordinated smaller teams to create traps and ambushes. The alien invaders were skilled, but Alex's strategies confused them. Decoys misled their attacks and hidden barriers blocked their advances. Lyra fought alongside the defenders, her movements fluid and deadly. Alex noticed how she anticipated attacks, striking at exactly the right moment to protect her people. Together they became a seamless team, human ingenuity and alien skill combining in a way that neither could achieve alone. Hours passed, the battle intense and unrelenting. Alex's strategies turned the tide, slowing the enemy and giving the Aelari an advantage. Each time a ship fell or a threat was neutralized, the city seemed to breathe easier. Yet Alex knew the fight was not over. The enemy was determined, relentless, and clever. Finally, as the first rays of dawn touched the alien towers, the enemy fleet retreated, unable to overcome the combined defenses. The city was safe for now. Alex leaned against a wall, exhausted but relieved. Lyra approached, her golden eyes bright. "You did it," she said softly. "Your courage and guidance saved many lives today." Alex shook his head, smiling tiredly. "It was a team effort. Your people are incredible fighters. I just helped them see what I could offer." Lyra looked at him with a mixture of gratitude and something else, something Alex could not quite name. "You are different, Alex. Few humans could do what you did. You earned the respect of my people. And mine," Alex nodded. "We'll use what we learned yesterday. Timing and precision are key. Stay with me, and we can turn the tide." The first enemy ship swooped low, firing energy blasts that scorched the outer barriers. Alex shouted commands to the defending teams, directing them to adjust positions and set up traps. Hidden energy nets and decoy ships confused the invaders, making them hesitate. Every mistake they made gave the city a chance to strike back. Lyra moved like a shadow across the battlefield, deflecting attacks and coordinating strikes with her people. Alex marveled at her skill. She was not just a leader. She was a warrior, calm and precise even under fire. He realized that her respect for him went deeper than words, and he felt a growing responsibility to protect her. A large enemy ship broke through one of the outer defenses, heading straight for the central city. Alex reacted instantly. He led a team to intercept it, using a combination of human tactics and Aelari technology. They set up energy traps that immobilized the ship temporarily, giving the defenders the chance to strike. Lyra joined him, her movements blending perfectly with his. Together they pushed the enemy back, coordinating attacks without speaking much. Alex realized that trust had formed between them in a way that went beyond explanation. They knew each other's actions instinctively. The battle raged for hours, the sky filled with streaks of light as energy blasts collided. Alex noticed the invaders adjusting their tactics, trying to predict the humans' moves. But Alex had an advantage they did not: adaptability. He changed strategies on the fly, guiding the Aelari to counter every move. One of the enemy's largest ships aimed directly at the city's energy core. Alex knew that if it hit, the city could collapse. "Lyra, we need to stop it now," he shouted. She nodded, her expression determined. They led a small strike team in a daring maneuver. Using the tunnels Alex had helped map, they approached the ship from below. Lyra disabled the outer defense shields with precise energy strikes while Alex climbed to the control panel. Working together, they managed to redirect the ship away from the city and into a trap set by the Aelari. The ship exploded in a brilliant flash, leaving the city safe once more. The remaining enemy ships faltered, disorganized by the loss of their leader and the precise attacks from the city's defenders. Alex directed the teams to push them back further, combining human ingenuity and Aelari tactics. Slowly, the invaders retreated, disappearing into the distance. The city was quiet again, the calm returning after the storm. Alex leaned against a wall, exhausted, but the relief in the air was palpable. Lyra approached him, her golden eyes shining in the soft glow of the city. "You did it," she said softly. "You saved us all." Alex shook his head, tired but smiling. "It wasn't just me. Your people are incredible fighters. I just helped guide them." Lyra reached out, placing her hand on his arm. "You did more than guide them. You inspired them. Your courage showed us something we rarely see, an unyielding human spirit. You risked everything without hesitation." Alex looked at her, surprised by the depth of her words. I didn't expect any reward. I just wanted to help." Lyra's expression softened, and for a moment she seemed almost hesitant. "Perhaps the reward is not what you expect," she said quietly. "But bravery and selflessness do not go unnoticed among my people. You have earned something special, Alex. Something rare." Alex felt a strange warmth in his chest. He had fought, strategized, and survived, but the bond he shared with Lyra now felt stronger than ever. Her trust, respect, and the unspoken promise of something extraordinary made him realize that his journey had only begun. The city slowly returned to normal. Repair teams began fixing minor damages while warriors kept watch, alert but calmer than before. Alex and Lyra stood together on a balcony overlooking the glowing towers. "This battle is over," Alex said, "but I have a feeling the war, or at least the challenges, aren't finished." Lyra nodded. "You are right. But today, we proved that humans and Aelari together can face any threat. Your actions have changed our future, Alex. You are no longer just a visitor. You are part of our world now." Alex looked out over the city, feeling the weight of what had happened. Saving Lyra had led him here to a place of wonder, danger, and unexpected connections. And now, as he stood beside her, he realized that the reward Lyra had hinted at was not simply survival. It was trust, respect, and a bond that neither of them had anticipated. The sun rose higher, casting soft light over the city. Alex took a deep breath, ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. He had faced danger and triumphed, but the real adventure, the one that would test his heart, courage, and humanity, was only beginning. The enemy fleet had not been defeated for long when the first signs of trouble appeared again. Shadows of their ships moved over the horizon, and Alex felt the familiar tension rise in his chest. He glanced at Lyra, who stood poised and alert, her golden eyes scanning the skies. "They're coming back," she said quietly, almost as if she could hear the thoughts of the approaching force. Alex tightened his grip on his blaster. "Then we finish this today," he said. "We've prepared. We know their tactics. We can beat them." Lyra nodded. "And we will. But this will require everything we have." The first wave of enemy ships dropped low, firing energy blasts at the city's outer defenses. The Aelari warriors moved swiftly, their energy shields flaring to block the attacks. Alex took a deep breath and began shouting commands, organizing small teams to intercept the intruders. Talon, lead your squad to the east barrier. Use the decoys I showed you. Licitly. But it was Alex's tactics that confused the enemy most. He had shown them how to use unexpected angles, how to lure ships into traps, and how to exploit weaknesses the Alari alone might not have seen. Suddenly, a massive enemy ship broke through the northern barrier. Alex's eyes widened. "That one is heading for the energy core," he shouted. The core was the heart of the city. If it were destroyed, everything would collapse. Lyra grabbed his arm. "We stop it together," she said firmly. They raced toward a narrow canyon leading directly beneath the ship, where Alex had noticed a weak point in its design. Using energy nets and Alari grappling devices, they immobilized the ship temporarily. Alex climbed the hull, dodging laser fire, and reached the control panel. With Lyra covering him from above, he worked quickly to override its systems. The enemy ship shuddered and veered off course, crashing into a trap set by the city's defenders. Explosions lit up the night sky, and the remaining enemy ships faltered. Alex could see confusion spreading through their fleet. They were not prepared for such precise and coordinated resistance. He shouted to the remaining teams, "Push forward." "Now's our chance," the Alari charged, following his lead while Lyra struck from above. Together they moved as one force, human and alien perfectly in sync. Every move Alex had taught them, every tactic they had practiced, came together in a dance of precision and courage. Hours passed in a blur of motion and light. Energy blasts streaked across the sky, ships exploded in bursts of fire, and the city's defenders held their ground. Alex felt exhaustion creeping in, but he could not stop. Lyra's presence beside him, fighting with skill and determination, kept him focused. Finally, as dawn began to break over the alien towers, the last of the enemy ships retreated. Silence fell over the battlefield, broken only by the hum of the city's energy systems. Alex lowered his weapon, breathing heavily, and looked at Lyra. She was smiling faintly, her golden eyes warm and proud. "You did it," she said softly. "Your courage, your mind, your decisions, everything saved this city." Alex shook his head, still catching his breath. "It was teamwork. Your people are incredible fighters. I just helped guide them." Lyra stepped closer, her expression serious but gentle. "You inspired them. Your actions showed what humans can do. You risked everything without thinking of reward. That is why you earned respect. And something else, something rare." Alex frowned, confused but intrigued. "Something rare?" She smiled, a quiet, knowing smile. "Yes. One day you will understand. For now, rest. You have earned it." The sun rose higher, casting soft light over the city. Alex looked around at the towers, the bridges, and the people who had come to trust him. He realized that saving Lyra had changed everything. He had not only survived a battle that could have destroyed the city, but he had also formed a bond that went beyond words, a connection that neither human nor alien could have predicted. As the city returned to normal, repairs being made and warriors returning to their posts, Alex felt a new sense of purpose. He had discovered a world of wonder and danger, and he had proven that humans could face the galaxy's greatest threats. But more than that, he had discovered trust, friendship, and the first hints of a reward far greater than he could imagine. He stood beside Lyra on a balcony overlooking the glowing city. "This is just the beginning, isn't it?" he asked. Lyra looked at him, her eyes shining. "Yes, Alex. This is only the start of your journey, and soon you will see that your bravery has consequences you cannot yet imagine." Alex nodded, feeling anticipation and determination rise in him. Whatever lay ahead, he knew he would face it with courage, with skill, and with Lyra at his side. Together they had survived the impossible, and the next challenge was waiting. The city was quiet now, the battle long over. Alex stood on a balcony, with Lyra, watching the soft glow of the towers as repairs began and Alari moved quietly through the streets. The air still held the faint scent of energy blasts, and smoke from the destroyed enemy ships drifted slowly across the horizon. Alex felt the exhaustion in his bones, but also a strange sense of anticipation. Something was coming, something he could not yet name. Lyra turned to him, her golden eyes calm yet serious. "Alex, you have done more than I imagined possible," she said softly. "You saved not only my life but the lives of my people. Your courage and skill have changed the course of our city's history." Alex shook his head. "I just did what anyone would do in my place. I didn't expect anything in return." Lyra smiled faintly, a hint of something deeper in her expression. "That is exactly why you will receive what few ever do." Alex tilted his head, confused. "What do you mean?" She stepped closer, placing her hand lightly on his arm. "Among my people, we have a tradition. When someone risks their life to save another, and when that act shows the rarest qualities, courage, wisdom, and selflessness, we offer a reward. But it is not always something material. It is a bond, a connection that can last a lifetime, one that joins destinies." Alex blinked, trying to comprehend. "A bond?" he asked, his voice low. Lyra nodded. "Yes. You acted without thought for yourself. Yet our actions have consequences far beyond what you know. My people respect strength and intelligence, but they honor courage and compassion even more. By saving me, you have earned a place not just among us, but in something deeper." Alex felt his heart race. He had faced creatures, enemy fleets, and countless dangers, but now, standing here with Lyra, he realized that the reward was not a weapon, not a title, not wealth. It was something far more profound. He had saved a life, and in doing so he had touched a bond that connected him to an entire world. Lyra's gaze softened. "This reward is not just for saving me. It is for showing the qualities that humans rarely show: quick thinking, bravery, and a heart willing to act without selfishness. You have proven yourself in every way." Alex felt a mixture of humility and awe. I don't know what to say," he admitted. "I never expected anything like this. I was just trying to help you survive." Lyra reached out and placed both her hands on his shoulders. "And yet that is why you are worthy. This bond will give you trust, respect, and a connection to my people that few outsiders ever receive. You will no longer be just a human visitor. You will be a friend, a companion, and someone who can stand beside us in times of peace and in times of danger." Alex felt a warmth spread through him. He had always believed that courage mattered, but he had never imagined it would lead to this: a recognition not by force or wealth, but by respect and connection. He realized that his life had changed forever. Lyra smiled softly, her golden eyes glowing in the city's light. "This is only the beginning, Alex. The bond you have earned will open doors, reveal secrets, and place you in the heart of my world. But it comes with responsibility. You will be trusted, and you must continue to prove that your courage is genuine." Alex nodded, feeling a deep sense of purpose. "I understand," he said. "I will do whatever I can to honor this bond." Lyra's expression softened further. "I know you will. That is why I chose to offer it to you. Few humans ever receive such a reward, and fewer still understand its true value. You have already shown that you are ready." The city below them began to hum with life once more. The battle was over, but the future was still uncertain. Alex looked at Lyra, understanding for the first time that the reward was not something he could hold or touch. It was a place in her world, in her people's hearts, and in the story of a city that had survived because of his courage. He felt a sense of connection he had never experienced before. Every decision he had made, every risk he had taken, had led to this moment. The bond Lyra spoke of was real, and he understood that it carried weight, responsibility, and an unspoken promise of companionship and trust. Lyra stepped closer, her voice gentle. "Rest now, Alex. Tomorrow we will begin a new chapter, one that will reveal more of our world, our people, and the role you will play. But for tonight, know that you are honored and valued beyond measure." Alex watched the glowing city beneath them, feeling the weight of everything he had accomplished. He had faced death, fought alongside aliens, and survived unimaginable danger. And now, he had received a reward that was far greater than anything material, a bond that connected him to a world larger, stranger, and more beautiful than he had ever imagined. A connection that now felt like a part of his very being. Lyra turned to him, her golden eyes warm and steady. Today marks a new beginning, Alex. You are no longer a visitor or a stranger. You are part of our people, and your actions have earned you a place in our world. Alex smiled faintly. I never imagined something like this. I thought saving you would just end with survival. I didn't expect this, he said, gesturing to the city, the people, and the bond he now held. Lyra's smile deepened. That is the nature of true bravery. It changes more than the moment. It changes lives, futures, and connections. Your courage has done that, Alex. You belong here now. As they spoke, Ilari began to gather around the central square. Warriors, engineers, and citizens alike moved with purpose, showing respect for Alex in subtle ways. Some bowed lightly, others nodded, and a few offered words of gratitude. Alex felt a mixture of humility and pride. He had fought battles, faced dangers, and risked his life, but the acknowledgement from this world, from people he barely knew, felt like a reward greater than anything he could have imagined. Lyra led him through the streets, pointing out areas repaired after the attack and showing him new structures the city was building. Your ideas helped during the battle, she said, and now you can help in shaping the future. You have proven yourself capable of more than just courage. You have wisdom, insight, and a heart that seeks to protect. Alex listened, absorbing her words. He had always believed that survival and action mattered most, but now he realized that connection, understanding, and respect were equally important. He felt a sense of purpose settle within him. He was no longer just human on an alien world. He was a part of something larger. The day passed quickly. Alex trained with the Ilari, shared strategies, and learned more about their culture. He discovered their art, music, and knowledge, realizing that their society was a blend of wisdom and discipline. Every moment spent with Lyra and her people deepened the bond he had earned. As evening approached, Lyra led Alex to a quiet hill overlooking the city. The towers glowed softly, and the canals reflected the fading light like ribbons of gold. This city thrives because of the courage and unity of its people, Lyra said. And now you are a part of that unity. You have shown us the value of your kind, the strength of humanity. Alex looked at her, feeling a deep gratitude. I never expected any reward. I just wanted to help you and your people survive. But being here, being part of this, it's more than I could have imagined. Lyra stepped closer, her hand brushing lightly against his. That is the true reward, Alex. Life, trust, and connection. You risked everything without expectation, and now you have a place where your courage and heart matter. Your presence changes this world, and our people are stronger because of it. Alex felt a warmth in his chest, a sense of belonging he had never known. He realized that bravery was not only about facing danger, it was about understanding responsibility, forming bonds, and making choices that affected more than just oneself. He had learned that in the most extraordinary way. The night fell, and the city's lights shimmered against the dark sky. Alex and Lyra stood together, silent for a moment, watching the glow of the towers and the calm that followed the storm. Tomorrow, Lyra said softly, we continue to build, to protect, and to explore. But tonight we celebrate what has been achieved and what has been earned. Alex nodded, feeling a quiet joy. I'm ready, he said. I want to help, to protect, and to learn. I want to honor the bond I've been given. Lyra smiled, a hint of pride in her eyes. Then you are exactly where you belong. Your journey has not ended, it has only begun. And together we will face whatever comes next, stronger than ever. As they turned to walk back toward the city, Alex felt a sense of peace and purpose unlike anything he had experienced. He had saved a life, faced danger, and in return, had gained something more meaningful than any treasure or reward: trust, respect, and a place in a world larger than his own. For the first time in his life, he understood the true meaning of courage and reward. It was not in survival, victory, or recognition. It was in connection, in the bond that tied him to Lyra, her people, and this alien world. And with that understanding, Alex knew that whatever challenges awaited, he would face them with unwavering courage and a heart ready to protect. The city shimmered beneath the stars, alive, safe, and thriving, and Alex stood with Lyra, knowing that he was no longer a visitor but a part of this extraordinary world, his life forever changed by the choice to act, to care, and to trust.